It's a 4-day bunch of concerts, nearly round-the-clock music festival. Almost 2,000 bands. They've converged here in downtown Austin. Music's literally pouring out of every building, parking lot, beauty salon, ice cream shop,
hotel room,
and especially here on 6th Street. And that's where we are. We're at a club called the Parish. We love this place because the sound is so fantastic. The bands love the sound on the stage at whatever just happened on stage.
I'm seeing a giant horn.
Yes, that giant horn is the bass clarinet of Colin Stetson. Colin Stetson, he comes on at 12:30 Central, 1:30 Eastern Time. I walked back while Colin was rehearsing back in the back room, and it just vibrated my belly.
Well, I hope.
He is.
Yes, it's very good for your digestion, to listen to Colin Stetson. It will help you keep healthy here at South by Southwest.
Colin is such a nice guy, too. He's a South by Southwest veteran. A lot of these folks who begin these showcases are often appearing at South by for the first time, but Colin's an old hand. He's,
Tell me some of the bands you may have seen him because he's...
Well, Arcade Fire, for
that's
starters.
Right.
I mean, I think he was born, he was telling me he was born in Ann Arbor, and in fact, he studied music at the University of Michigan. But he hooked up with Arcade Fire a few years back and is now living in Montreal.
Montreal is such an interesting place for music these days. I think Montreal and Toronto are two of my favorite music scenes. There's something about that Canadian vibe, the way that musicians collaborate and trade off in each other's bands. It's really inspiring.
I'm going to go through the rest of the rundown for those who are just joining us. Colin Stetson, who's warming up back there. After that is Tune Yards. What can you say about Tune Yards? Actually, I think Meryl Garbus has a band today. She was rehearsing up on stage. And then there's Kyra Arby, all the way from Mali, with a band from Mali. Wild Flag.
Carrie Brownstein.
Janet Weiss.
Mary Timony.
Great.
And along, before you know it, Bob is going to be up there on the stage with his band. That's coming up next
year.
Yeah.
I think he's going to crash the Wild Flag set, actually.
What a great idea. I'll get my guitar at the hotel room.
It's like one time I saw Jay-Z in Las Vegas and LeBron James came on stage and refused to get off and insisted on rapping along. I want to see you do that with Wild Flag.
Pull the Kanye.
All right, I'm going to tell them that you told me to do it, however. The Joy Formidable is at 3:15 Central, 4:15 Eastern. The Antlers will do their entire new record. We were not sure if they do much of their new record, a lot of their new record. They were still working on it, and they said today, as I saw Peter and company, that they do the entire new record today at 4 Central, 5 Eastern, a record that doesn't come out for 6 more weeks. We're joined here and being presented with NPR Music along with WFUV in New York. We have great partner station, KXP in Seattle, The Current in Minneapolis, WXPN in Philly, KCRW in L.A., and here,
KUT, Austin, Texas. All right.
The music matters, in fact. So, let's describe this club. Let's describe what we're in for today.
Well, it's an intimate room. It's a beautiful room, actually. I mean,
have you had a chance to come here before?
I have. I saw Destroyer here. That was an amazing set. I've seen several sets here. It can be so packed at times, and it's almost daunting. But it's one of those clubs that even when it's really crowded, you can just go stand in the corner and close your eyes, and the sound is so good that you really have a great experience still.
We're upstairs. We're on the second level of one of these old, I don't know what you call them, sort of row buildings. I think they used to be former warehouses or mews or something on Austin's most storied music street, 6th Street. Once upon a time, Stevie Ray Vaughan played, in the clubs along this road, and over the years, it's become sort of one of the lesser, I don't want to say lesser music venues here in Austin, but at the same time, Red River and the scene along Red River, which intersects 6th Street, has become a much more sort of vibrant and vital music street, if you will, because of indie rockers coming off of that road. But in 6th Street, it's kind of taken a back seat. But the Parish is one of those old storied places with the wooden floors, long rectangular room, and as you say, Ann, it's all about the sound and that part of the experience. You're right. Even if you're far back from the stage, you can find yourself a little corner and still get terrific sound. Close your eyes and experience the music. And, you know, you've got the best seat in the house, as Bob was saying, if you're online, because the pictures are just terrific this year.
And, you know, one thing I also like about this room, I've reviewed live shows for many, many years, and you get kind of fussy about your favorite kind of room. Yeah. So I like a short, wide room because you can move around and see, but this is like a long, wide room.
Right.
It's got the best of both worlds.
Yeah. I remember we did Kanon here.
I was there.
I will never forget that.
Waving Flag when he did that.
Waving Flag, and behind us was, not now, but there was a painting of Bob Marley.
Right.
Shining right, I'm sure, right on Kanon, and Kanon right at him. It's magic's just happened in this place. I say that sometimes at the 930 Club shows too, because that's another favorite place of mine, where the sound for both the musicians and the audience soars, and it makes such a better show for it. And in a place like South by, where you get 2-minute sound checks, you really need someone behind the board that can know what they're doing. And the band feel comfortable just like that, so that they can do the best set that they know how.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned Kanon, because I wanted to say that we have another African artist on the bill today, and I'm so psyched that she's included. And Tune Yards, let's look for the similarities between what Tune Yards does and what Kara does, because I think they're there, you know.
Kyra Arby, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, there's a connection.
So we're about, what, a minute? Or
we're about a minute away from going onto stage and beginning our day.
And the crowd is coming in. I must say, I was scanning the crowd as we were walking in, and there are a lot of people filing into this club. And I wanted to ask them, who are you here for? I wonder how many would have said Carrie Brownstein, Wild Flag. But I think
I got a big mix. I walked online and did that.
Oh, did you?
And there was a real mix of what they're here for. I'd say majority Antlers, and I think that because that's what happened, but I think the reason is because they're presenting something new.
Yeah.
We've tried every year to present a new album live. It's just something, our goal. And the Antlers came through
filling
for us.
up fast. If you happen to be listening to us in Austin, you need to get down here soon, because this place will pack out for sure in just a couple of minutes, I dare say.
When I heard the Colin Stetson record and we're getting ready to go to the stage for Colin, it was my dream that people would walk up the steps here and hear that noise and sound of his bass saxophone, and that's soon about to happen as we get ready for Colin Stetson to take the stage here at the Parish in Austin. You're listening to live coverage from South by Southwest from NPR Music. I'm Bob Boylan. I'm here at South by Southwest at the Parish. I am so excited. I'm here with Ann Powers, and I'm here with David Brown.
Yay.
You can see us and hear us. If you're traveling, there's an iPhone app, and you can watch the video on that. We'll archive these shows. We're just a few minutes away from a great day. You want to walk us through the lineup, David?
Well, let's see. It looks like first up, we have a terrific horn player. This is a terrific lineup. Colin Stetson, who you may recall from Arcade Fire, will be up first. Tune Yards, followed by Kara Arby, who is from Mali. Wild Flag, Carrie Brownstein's a new supergroup. We have
Riot Girls Supergroup.
Joy Formidable. I'm not familiar with Joy Formidable.
Joy Formidable are just a great pop band in the spirit of what we saw with Yuck last night.
Yeah.
In the spirit.
With a female singer who's
Yeah.
really a dynamo.
Yeah.
Looking forward to that. And the Antlers, they're going to be performing music from their forthcoming album, Burst Apart. Not yet released, so you'll definitely want to stick around for that.
I think one of the things, and this happens in all of the lineups for almost all of us, is that we come to a show and we have no idea, and we're all music geeks, and
It's about discovering music.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fun of it.
And it's about revisiting old favorites in new configurations.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see that with Colin Stetson. You may have heard him perform with Arcade Fire or many other bands, but here we're going to see his solo work. It's going to be really great.
And you will hear absolutely nothing all week like what you're about to hear on stage here at the Parish from NPR Music. Let's go to the stage for Colin Stetson. Take a deep breath, everybody.
Happy St. Patty's Day.
and otherwise archived at nprmusic.org. Tell your friends, get on Twitter and all that. Wanted to do a few quick thank yous. Wanted to thank YouTube for their support today. Wanted to thank Pabst for the drink tickets that you hold in your hands. Want to thank our partner stations, KCRW in Los Angeles, WFUV in New York, WXPN in Philadelphia, The Current in Minneapolis, St. Paul. Somebody I'm forgetting? KUT here in Austin. And I apologize to the one I'm forgetting. Please give a warm welcome to Colin Stetson.
Thank you. All right. Thanks so much, everybody, for coming and listening. Thank you, NPR, for having me. My name's Colin Stetson. That was the title track off of my new record called Judges. And this is another song off of that. This is The Righteous Wrath of an Honorable Man. Once again, thanks a lot for having me. It's an honor to play here and to open up the day. There's this fantastic music happening throughout it. So, yeah, welcome. Thanks for listening. This is part of me apart from you. Thank you. Have a good day.
Oh my, oh my. I don't know about you. I walked up real close to listen to Colin Stetson and just watching all the muscles in his body to make all of that.